We are going to write equations in Microsoft Excel, and in order to do so we are going to create an Excel file and save it in a logical location with a logical name. So come down to your Start menu, left click on All Programs, left click on Microsoft Office, and choose Microsoft Office Excel, whatever version you have. I have 2007. We'll maximize this window and let's save it in a logical location. So go up to the Office button, left click on Save As, and let's create a logical place where you will be able to find this easily. You don't want to just dump everything in My Documents or the C drive. So we're going to first we're going to select the drive that we want to use. I'm going to use the C drive. You can use whatever drive you want. Left click New Folder. A new folder will be created. Let's call it Microsoft Practice, and then I'm going to create that folder by left click on Open, and then I want to go into that folder, so I'm going to click Open again, and notice I'm in Microsoft Practice folder. Now I'm going to create another folder called Excel Practice. This time I'm just going to click anywhere else, and I've created the folder, and I will go into that folder by double left clicking on it. Notice I'm in Microsoft Practice Excel subfolder. I'm going to create one more folder called Writing Equations in Microsoft Excel. I will hit Open again. That locks it in, that creates the folder, and Open again to go inside there. And now I'm going to call this file Writing Equations in MS Excel, and maybe underscore activity 1. And if you have Office 2007 or later, it will save it as an XLS file. And if you have a version of Excel prior to 2007, I'll just save it as an XLS file. And I'll maximize the window, and we are ready to begin our project. The last thing to do to set up our Excel spreadsheet is to rename our sheets. The Excel defaults to sheet 1, 2, and 3, which are not very useful names. So in order to rename those to something more meaningful, especially for our application, we will select our first worksheet. You can click anywhere in these cells and right click on sheet 1, left click on rename, and then it's highlighted, so now you can type whatever you want. And I'm going to call this Part 1 dash, with spaces separating everything, Basic Equations. And then click anywhere outside of that tab and it'll be locked in. To rename sheet 2, click on sheet 2, right click on sheet 2 tab, left click on rename, and let's call this Part 2 space dash space using math functions. Left click anywhere else, and that will lock in that name. Left click on sheet 3, right click on that tab, left click on rename, and let's call this Part 3 dash using logic functions. Left click anywhere else, and we are set to go. Let's go. We can use these arrow keys to navigate through all our tabs. This will insert a new worksheet. You can always delete a worksheet if you don't want it by left clicking on whichever worksheet you no longer want. Right click on the tab and you can delete it, or you can also insert one right here. And now we